What you want is on the other side of disappointment. Now, trust me, I know how annoying it is to be disappointed in life by all these things through you simply living your life and growing up, and you probably had many instances where you were disappointed and you wanted things and, didn't go the way that you planned, or it would just never happen the way you wanted it to happen, and you just ended up getting disappointment. I understand that feeling, and nobody likes to feel that way. I want you to realize that most of the things that you want are on the other side of disappointment. And if you don't allow yourself to risk being disappointed in life, then you're not going to be able to get the things that you want, because you're not going to even try to do them. You're not even going to try to shoot for the goals that you have in mind. I want you to think of a time when you were younger and you probably really wanted something, whether it been like maybe a toy, or maybe you're in middle school and you had a crush on someone, or maybe, I don't know, you wanted a specific kind of car, and you weren't able to get what you wanted, and you had such high hopes of getting that. And from a bunch of those little scenarios happen over time, you start to get conditioned to where you're like, man, fuck it, I'm not even going to try to shoot for that, because I know it's so high, or it's not going to happen, because you actually get your hopes up so high that when it doesn't happen, you feel crushed. But understand that it is a bridge that you must cross, because for you to get the things that you want, or for you to even get your dreams out there, or actually accomplish your dreams, you have to believe that they're possible, and you have to actually shoot and aim for them, or try and go in that direction. If you're unwilling to have the risk of being disappointed, you're never even going to shoot, or you're never even going to try. And we've been over it. The mind determines these things, because if in your mind there is a mental block where you won't even attempt something, your mind is going to stop you from ever going in that direction, because you're trying to avoid the disappointment. The most basic example you can use is people that don't go for the jobs that they want, for the careers that they want, maybe the business model that they want to be in, automatically disqualify themselves because maybe in the past they did a bunch of job applications, and maybe at the time they just weren't hiring, or someone else happened to get the job, and because of that feeling of disappointment, they're like, nah, I'm not qualified for it, I'm not even going to bother trying. Or nah, I don't want to, put a bunch of job applications just for them to not accept me. Dude, trust me, I get it, because I personally still struggle with this at times, I still, I hate getting disappointed. It is the worst feeling ever, but I have to realize that at the end of the day, it's just a feeling, and I take things too personally, and chances are you take things too personally too, because when something like this happens, where maybe you shoot for the job and you don't get it, it's not because, God or the universe or everything's just like, nah, fuck you, Israel, like, you're not getting this shit. It's just random. Like, sometimes, who knows, maybe someone else was more qualified, maybe they just didn't see my application, maybe, it's whatever the case may be for the scenario, but it's not always just because things aren't working out for you. It's just random. But if you take it personal, if you make it personal where you're like, oh my God, everything's just out to get me, the thing that happens is that your mind now starts to get conditioned, and you start to focus. Like, whatever your mind focuses on, that is where you're going to start going into that direction. So let's say I didn't get the job and I start to be petty, because, it's very fun to be petty. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this industry. I'm never even applying for any jobs here, because they're always out to get me. And then now I'm not applying for any jobs because, I felt disappointed, and I don't even want to get that. I don't want to get that feeling of having my hopes up. I'm not even going to bother with the applications. Because you took it personal, just blocked yourself out from this whole industry just from your own mind. Where, who knows, maybe you could have done it like 2 or 3 more times, and you could have gotten the job, and it'd make the world of a difference. And like I mentioned, I understand, because, oh my God, one of my biggest pet peeves in life to this day, but I'm starting to get better at it now, because I'm starting to practice and notice these things and become more present and aware. But, I used to get really mad when someone would, let's say I was just chilling, minding my own business, and then all of a sudden they tell me like, oh, we're going to make these plans, we're going to hang out, or I got this gift for you. And then last minute they cancel it, or, they couldn't get me the gift, whatever. I would get so upset, because I'm like, bro, you just blue balled me. Like, I was so hyped for this, and then now you're not even going to give me the gift, or you're not going to, we're not going to go out and hang out, or we're not doing this trip. Whatever the case may be, I was like, bro. So now when I see these same scenarios happen, I realize okay, the only reason I'm upset is mainly because I'm not present. Since I'm here in the moment, there truly is nothing wrong. I'm not in danger, I'm not sick, Nothing really is going to happen to me. And even if I don't get this job, for example, just for the sake of the scenario and keeping it simple, that's okay. It's not personal. It's random. Sometimes things just happen. So let's relax. I can feel the anger and frustration, notice it, and realize that I'm not that anger and frustration. This is just energy going through my body. It is the body's reaction to what's going on in my mind. So I can be chill, I can be zen, and I don't take it personally anymore because it's not personal. Only if I make it personal will it be personal, but it's going to damage me more. So if I stay present, I'm like, okay, think of it like that. And then you keep trying and keep going for the things you want. Yeah, disappointment might still be there because things don't always go your way. But typically, even when things don't go your way, depending on the way that you react and handle the situation, sometimes, you'll flow into a better state, better scenario, better circumstance, and so on. Where if you, freak out and take things personal and become grumpy, which I get it, no shame if you do, this is just to help you out, then you end up blocking all these things in life that really shouldn't have been blocked. It was just, oh, things didn't go my way. It's all right. No need to take it personal. Yeah, I hope this little insight helps, and I hope you're able to, risk getting disappointed so you can shoot for the stuff that you want to, because you never know what's on the other side. Just shoot your shot at life. Like, you know what I mean? Everything that you want, just give it a try and see how it goes, and try not to take it too personal. Try not to expect like, oh, if this doesn't happen, I'm doomed. It's like, treat it like it's going to happen. But if it doesn't, just be zen, be relaxed, notice the emotions going on in your body. So that way you're not like, oh, I'm not angry. It's just anger's going through my body, but I can notice the anger. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm angry, I'm so pissed off, I'm so anxious. No, it's just the energy going through the body. And then that will help you stay more grounded and lead to better outcomes in your life.